Hello everybody, this is Dr. Ray Infanti of Spine and Sport in Annapolis, and today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making one of my favorite side dishes, which uses Brussels sprouts as the main vegetable. The nice thing about this is it only takes about 10 minutes to prepare, so let's get started. I have to admit that I was a little bit late to the party when it came to Brussels sprouts. This was not one of the vegetables that I was really fond of, and I think primarily for me it was a texture thing. But I came up with this recipe using shaved Brussels sprouts and just a very few ingredients, and I really think this really works well. So the ingredients that I'm going to be using today are dried fruit. Today I'm going to be using dried cranberries, some toasted nuts. Today I'm going to be using almonds, shaved Brussels sprouts, which you can already get prepared just like this package, or you can buy them and shave them yourself, olive oil. And the thing that sets this recipe apart is Mike's hot honey, and I love the little heat and the sweetness that this product provides. So this recipe is so simple and so foolproof that I really don't feel like I need to give people direct measurements or exact measurements. The one thing I will say is that when I get the shaved Brussels sprouts in the store and they come prepackaged, they're not always cut very uniform. So if I do it myself, I'm pretty exact with it, and I know how thick I'm going to make it. When you get them prepackaged, you're going to get some that are thick, some that are thin. So when you're sauteing them in the olive oil, just make sure that they cook them long enough. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to heat up a saute pan like this and add a little olive oil. And once that olive oil starts to heat up, then I'm just going to add the Brussels sprouts right to that and a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, so I've added the Brussels sprouts to the olive oil right here, and I'm just going to just kind of wilt this down a little bit. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And some cracked black pepper. And again, we're just going to really just saute this down. Now, the other thing that I've done is I have toasted the almonds beforehand. What I like to do is I like to just toast a bunch of them and then just kind of keep it in an airtight container so that I can use them and just come back to them, so I don't have to keep toasting them every time I make this. So when I toasted the almonds, I put it in at 350. For about 6 to 7 minutes. I think we all know that thing about toasting nuts. It's like it's almost ready, it's almost ready, it's almost ready, it's burnt. So you really do have to pay attention to what's going on. So as soon as you start to smell that fragrance, you want to take a look at the nuts and make sure that they're not burnt. Alright, so the Brussels sprouts have now cooked down and they've wilted and they've gotten a little bit tender. So really the only thing I have to do now is just add the dried cranberries. And again, I think it really just depends on how much you want to add. I don't think there's any real rhyme or reason as to what. And then I've added the almonds. What I also like about this is that by adding the cranberries, it gives it almost kind of a festive appearance. So if you want to make this around the Thanksgiving holiday. And then you've got these fantastic colors. Like when you see these vibrant reds and greens, you know that you're going to have a lot of antioxidants, which are really healthy for you. The Brussels sprouts are filled with vitamin C. Obviously, the dried cranberries are also going to be filled with some vitamin C. So you've got a really nutritious side dish right here. It's like to take it off the heat, turn off my stove. I already had a bottle of Mike's hot honey open. And this is the only thing I'll tell you. I do about 2 tablespoons, but I just kind of eyeball it. Just like that. And then I just kind of stir it through. So I used the dried cranberries and the almonds, but I feel that you could probably do a number of different combinations, and that's what I like about this. It's a kind of a versatile little dish. For example, like you could use diced apricots and toasted pine nuts. I think that would be a nice combination. maybe even some pecans, toasted pecans mixed with the fruit that you choose. There's a number of different things that you could try here. So tonight for us, what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to have this, and my protein is going to be a bone-in pork chop that I'm going to throw on the grill. It's had a little bit of a dry rub. It's just kind of sitting in the fridge right now. And then, anytime I have pork, I'm going to have a little bit of sauerkraut if I can. And that's also really good for gut health, trying to help that leaky gut. Any type of fermented food like the sauerkraut really works well for that. So, hope you enjoyed it. If you liked what the recipe, click subscribe, give it a like. We'd appreciate it. If you have any other questions, Spine Sport Annapolis is the place to be. So, dinner is served. Got a really nice, delicious meal here with good protein, good vegetables, a little bit of gut health with the fermented sauerkraut. So I'm going to enjoy this. Thanks.